What's up, guys? How's it going? Can you hear me okay? And my mic not super far away from me. This was a 3DS XL that somebody tried to fix themselves, and this is how I got it, in pieces, and I'm hoping all the pieces are here. No, it's not Triforce's. I was going to actually ask him if he wanted me to fix it for him. I have no problem doing that. It's just a standard hinge replacement on his, which actually is not that bad. The top screen is the worst thing in the world, though, and that's unfortunately what was broken on this person's. They tried to fix it themselves, and I get it. Let me show you how I got it. What you're seeing now, I haven't even done anything to it yet. This is how I started. So a store comes to me because they can't fix them, so I get this. And then I get like a container like this, just full of 3DSs with the words basically that say, "Help us, please," on them. So here I am attempting to revive some 3DS XLs. Yeah, I know. It's kind of where I am now. So I was like, maybe I'll put it on stream and just see how people can see what my life is like sometimes, which is not always fun. But, you know what, it's fun to try to get it to work because, you know, it's a good time. And I figure you guys wouldn't mind seeing a 3DS XL in pieces because it is not... You guys are going to see my aggravation as I do this because it is not the most fun thing in the world. But this is almost like a uncut tech wave for you guys. There's the board if you've never seen the board. So, it's pretty funny because they use these Globtops glue to hold everything down so it doesn't move. But if I remember correctly, actually might be, I think it's different on here. On the original 3DS, they actually had the processor and everything under here, the card slot, to try to keep it cool, which is kind of funny. So I'm really concerned I don't have all the pieces for this, though. I don't think they gave me all the pieces. Oh man. Try to replace a broken screen. Oh, cool. You're doing a DSi XL? Okay, the DSi XL is a little easier. This one is really annoying. I'm going to say that now. This is very frustrating. Also, I'm only on my one screen right now, so if I miss any donations, please tell me in the chat. I just want to make sure anyone gets a shout-out if they do donate. That's all. And they use the buttons, of course, with these rubber pads. They've done that forever, so I'm going to dump them out. One time, I remember I was working on one of these, and I went upside down with it, and everything just fell out all over the floor. Everything. D-pad, buttons, the whole thing. So I just like to from now on, whenever I do this, the bottom screen is kind of glued in. As you see there, you got to be a little careful with it, but luckily the plastic has some flex to it. So you can kind of flex it up like this, and it'll pop out slowly. Now, I'm very fortunate here. I don't have to do anything with that, so I'm going to leave it there. I just wanted to show you guys. So I've done all this. Like I said, they took it all apart for me, which is bad. If your 3DS XL breaks, please consider not taking it apart. Seriously, the worst thing in the world is when someone would come in with their 3DS XL that they took apart. Oh, the analog stick I've already taken out. I'm sorry. I already took it out. It's right here. It's very easy. Once the back comes off, if you're doing an analog stick, it's very easy because it's right here. So you take it apart, analog stick will be right there. And there's just one little clip. Be extremely careful with that clip, please, because you can break it. And then there's just two screws holding it down, and it comes right out. It's very easy. So yes, they brought it with a busted screen. Fortunately, the store ordered the screen, so I have a new screen here. Again, though, I'm looking around and I don't see all the pieces. So I'm not sure what to do about that. I'm going to have to put it together as best as I can. So we have our antenna here, which goes through. I have no problem. If I could get a hold of Triforce, I would have no problem. I saw that. I saw the video, and I was like, I could fix that. Oh, I could do it. Come on, man. So he's in New York right now. I live about 2.5 hours away from there, 2 hours or so. I would have no problem fixing it for him. Not at all. He has the Zelda one, which is actually, no, it's not a big deal because you can actually use... So these are not actually attached to it. This black inside part here, I believe that's what's broken on his, the hinge. You can use any standard one. I might even have a part for it, actually. I might have one laying around. The color ribbon. So this is the scary part, and I get super concerned whenever anyone works on these. These ribbon cables are so easy to damage. In fact, they may have damaged... Okay, so that one looks okay. Their camera cable looks okay. The scary one is their 3D slider and flash cable, because if that does not work, it does not come on at all. That's actually when that gets damaged. That's why when you open it like this, it shuts off when you get all the way open. It's because of that. Oh, you're curious what I was doing? Yeah, I'm just working on a 3ds Excel. I thought I'd have some fun. Like I said, I was going to sit here and do this anyway, and I was like, well, why don't I go on stream and talk to some people while I'm doing it? It might actually make things a little more interesting for me. Okay, so we have the unit apart to the point where I can try to take this off. Now, the way this works is there's a hinge here that is locked in place. Now, it's kind of a pain to get this out of there correctly, because remember, you have to line it back up when it wants to go together. What I do is I try to open it up a little more, and then I have to get something in here to help push it out. So once that hinge is free, I can usually, this guy comes right out. Usually it just stays on my screwdriver. This actually holds the hinge together. It's just plastic. And then I can actually very carefully pop that out. So now the hinge is free on this side. See that? Luckily they leave a slit here for you, so I can kind of work this through. So what I'm going to do is very, very carefully. And man, I hope they didn't damage this. Gosh. This is where I get aggravated, guys, when people work on their stuff without knowing what they're doing, and it really makes things hard on me. I know they want to try to fix it. I get that, but so much headache is saved if I can just go from start to finish with one of these units. Yes, if anyone wants to get a hold of Triforce, I know he makes videos. I'm more than happy to fix his Zelda-themed system for him. No problem at all. I've done a bunch of those, actually. In fact, guess what one of the systems is I have to work on? Bam! There's a Zelda-themed new 3DS Excel. So awesome. That's what I'll be fixing too. At some point. This one was more key to get done though. So here's this metal piece that wraps around the cables here. This is very easy to cut something. So you have to be very careful about that. Now this is where it becomes a serious pain. Do you see what I'm dealing with right now? That's without the screen being a part of it. Yes, you can do that because I'm holding it where it actually could be damaged, so. Okay, so we have to roll this through, and it is not fun. There's also an order of cables that have to go through it in the right order, because they stack on top of each other when they wrap around. So the easiest way to do that is to pull your main cable through. See, they already have this into the complete wrong order. Oh, man. I am very concerned this is not going to work. Okay. Yeah, dude, send Captain Nintendo, dude. Send him a message. I will fix Triforce's 3DS Excel. No problem with that. I'm not going to be in New York anytime soon, though, but I'd be more than happy to fix it for him. Can I go? I'm going to the on Friday. I'm going to oh gosh, I'm sorry, Sunday. I'm going to the Nintendo event. Also, it probably wouldn't be fixed that day. I mean, I probably could. You know what? If I had the part, I bet you with my tools, I could go there. And if everything goes right, obviously, everything has to go right. That's the other big thing. If everything goes right, I could probably get it done and out while he's waiting. Since they're just waiting there anyway, so it wouldn't matter too much. And then they could buy me pizza or something. I'm a very easy person to please with pizza. Or just food in general. See, there's just random screws. These aren't even screws that go to this system. So the repair shop sometimes just leaves these around. And because the speakers are magnetic... Oh, man. The screws stick. Okay. So this cable is responsible for your three... Oh, man! It's broken! Oh! This is not my day so far. You can see this speaker is hanging off because they damaged it. This red cable is supposed to be attached to here. So, yes. That's fun. Okay. Well, we have to fix that first. So, great. Alright. Give me a minute, guys. I'm not going to be off stream for 2 seconds. Give me a second. I'm just going to sit this here. 1 second. I can't remember where my soldering iron went. I had one, and I can't remember what I did with it. I've been cleaning up. But I have one of these little theoretical ones that I bought a while ago that's cold heat. So we'll see how that goes. See if we can make that work. But flux, solder, busted up speaker. So we need to strip this a little bit. Maybe I have my soldering iron over there. Stupid thing. So we're gonna let that heat up. Again, I'm just trying to remember where I put my soldering iron. Okay, I can make this work. Okay, this is a desolder pump. I can make this work if that does not work, because all I need is the iron bit off of it. Cannot let it touch that though, so let's put this here. Man, I got a nice soldering station at one of the stores I work at or go to, but I don't bring it home or anything. I don't do a lot of soldering at home. I have Radio Shack soldering irons, just we've been cleaning in the basement, rearranging, and I cannot remember which pile of crud it's in. Let me plug this one in. I think we make it work. Okay, so this is plugged in. It's going to get pretty hot, not really fast. It'll take a minute. But in the meantime, let me play around with this little cold heat guy. So the way this should work is whenever it touches something in here, it'll actually heat it fast. So I don't know how well this will work. I know, right? Hey, that's how I was, man. I saw this thing and I was like, no, you should have just brought it to me. I would have taken care of it. Oh, man, do I have to press this down? No. These Radio Shack things, I'm telling you. It's on. The light's still not on, though. Oh, I'll just stick with the desolder pump. I just need it for literally 2 seconds, but that's fine. I can come to this in a minute. I just got to start doing the really frustrating thing of winding this stuff through. So, all right, the way this works is... This guy's going to be up here where the broken one is. This guy's going to flip over here. This green cable is going to run down through these trenches, down out there. This needs to be correctly aligned, which it is. Oh, man, I hope they didn't clip that. Shoot. I think they're okay. I think this is going to be fine with this cable. I don't think it's a big deal. So then we also need our camera cable to wind through, which is down here. Boom, camera. Has the ability to do, obviously, 2 lenses, then the inside lens. That's all in one piece. So it would flip around like this. Boom. Ooh, this is getting hot. Very nice. You can feel it. We got that. This guy is going to come up and flip around, like I said. I keep getting stuck to this. I don't even need it right now. It's getting stuck. Get over there. Okay. So the green I usually put through last because that's not a big deal. That's very easy to put through. So I will set these guys up like this. Boom. This goes through the trenches here. And then I'll put it off to the side for now once it gets through the trenches. Trench, 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 trench. Trench. Always be careful with these soldering irons, guys, because they can get hot, and you may not realize it. You might grab it. I can actually feel the heat coming off of it. It's probably almost ready to solder. So we're good with that. I do need this guy now, which is our main screen. There's our replacement screen. So we're going to now wind it through. These are the 3D sliders here because this is, remember, this is 2 screens that offset. So you have 2 cables here that control either one that offset them slightly when you activate it. And of course they move separately further when you actually like turn the slider up. Okay. And this is where it gets really fun. So this needs to be lined up correctly. Let me move this off to the side real quick. This needs to be lined up correctly, and then we have to tape the camera part to the back of it. So here we go. In, boom, done. That is up here. And it's going to sit like that, okay? So the camera's on top, then we have the screen, and then we have our 3D slide cable. The green cable then shoots through after we're done everything. So I need to secure that with tape, because that would make life easy. Solder is not hard. Soldering is not hard if you get the hang of it. Make sure you get a soldering iron. Don't be like me and use one of these. This is a bad idea in the first place, but I don't have any other option to do this. So the easiest way to solder. Now I've been soldering for a long time. To get started, what I would recommend doing is just trying it out, because solder will melt quickly depending on what you're doing. In this case, I have a tiny bit of solder there. It'll be very easy. Make sure you get some flux of some kind. For some reason, they sell like maple syrup flux, is what I call it, at Radio Shack. It works. It's very sticky. I prefer Kingbo flux, which is this stuff, but if you're only soldering now and then, you don't need it. I solder a lot, so I need it. But I need a way to distribute this to it. Usually I have toothpicks. I don't have any here. Ooh, this will work. Just something to put it on, but really anything. I don't even know what this is. What is this? I have no idea. Yes, so we're just going to put a little bit of flux on there. Ba-boom. Done. And I just need to attach this guy carefully, very carefully. Technically, I could desolder it. Huh. Oh, man. There we go. Just need to strip this cable back. Hold on. Stripping cable's easy. You can just use your teeth. That's the old school method we used to use all the time back in the day. There we go. So I'm actually going to add some leaded solder because it melts easier than lead-free solder. It just melts at a lower temperature. So, and I'm doing this I'm using a desolder pump. Not a good idea for what I'm trying to do here, but I don't have any other options. And of course they break their speaker cable just because it would make life harder, so why not? There. Okay, good. So I have plenty of solder on there. Now I can add my little speaker cable to it with it being melted, and it should jump right to it. So here we go. Solder in the cable. There you go. That's on there. I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to unplug it because I don't feel like burning my hands by accident. It's happened before. I got like a million things plugged in over here. My gosh. What's that? It's official. Oh, you guys, you're shy. Dude, I mean, you can get one at Radio Shack. I had, at the store, I have an AO, like an entire, setup, which is really nice because it heats up in like 30 seconds, not even. It's also a hot air machine. That's how I would do like, well, I had a really nice machine for reballs, but that was the big reason I was doing reballs. Man, they gaffed this cable. Oh, gosh. I hope they didn't wreck that. I guess I need a tape of some kind. Need to get some tape. Hold on. Alright, so I did that. And we need to... This is why no one likes doing these, so I don't blame anybody for not liking to do these, because it is not fun, but... Now we have to roll these guys up, because it has to go... Oh my gosh, look at this camera cable. Guys, they like wrecked house on this camera cable, too. Oh my gosh. I really hope this thing works. Okay, so we have to take these, you gotta roll them. That's the only way to get them through the loop. They have to actually go through like this. So we are going to attempt to push them through. And once they get on the other side, we can then put the very dangerous piece of metal. Actually, I'll leave the metal support in there. A lot of times you can push right through that. So we're going to go this way. It gives us a little bit of space, as seen here. I really hope this thing works. My gosh. If this was open and closed, guys, this would be so much easier. Like if they gave me everything, because I would have the screws in place. Everything would be laid out. It'd be so nice. But instead I got it in... Is this a cookie tin? It's a royal cookie tin with all the stuff in it. Sweet. Okay, so very quickly, boom. That is through. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Boom, 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 done. All right, cool. That's the part that drives people crazy. I've done it so many times. I have a method, and I roll it right through. So I remember so many stores I would go to, that's what they would get stuck on, is that. They don't realize you don't need to take this 3D slider out. You can actually leave that cable on there while you do it. They always try to put this green cable through first. No, screen, camera, roll, push through, then do that. You just watch the hardest part of this entire thing in about a minute. So, yes. Okay, we're done with that. We got to flip this guy over. That's where I soldered that. That plugs in there. Boom. And now we get to try to figure out what they did with all of their screws. So this is exciting times right here. Exciting times. This has to come off. This is a little screen protector. They also ripped their... I don't even know how... They like ripped their screen apart to get this protector off. And you don't need to do that again. Oh, gosh. Yeah, send if you want, send him over here in his stream. He might just be hanging out anyway in front of the Nintendo World place. Send him over to the stream. He can jump in and I can talk to him while I'm trying to do this. Like in chat if he wants. Him and Triforce or whoever. They're probably, like I said, they're probably just hanging out anyway in front of the store. But I'm more than happy to help if it's helps the cause, you know. Or it's really not a big deal. I would just have to order... We'd have to order the part. That's the only thing. Which... Isn't this the one he broke? Like, isn't this the exact same one that he broke? Or was it the older 3DS XL? I'm trying to remember what... I feel like it was this one. Which, if he shattered the... I don't want to damage this. If he shattered this bottom part, all we need to do is order a new bottom part. And I've done these before, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, I saw that video and I was like, oh, no, Triforce. I'll help you, man. I got you. But I would have been lost in the comments anyway if I commented on that. But I'm more than happy to help out a guy like that who's, you know, rolling the calls. Oh, man. What? Yeah, I'm looking at it occasionally. I'm sorry. I'm working on a this is an actual person's 3DS XL. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like focus on this as much as I can. Sorry. Oh, that's the worst part is a stripped screw on a 3DS, especially if it's like deep. You know what I mean? Like if it's actually in the plastic and you can't really get to it. If you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, they have smaller screwdrivers that are designed to grab stripped screws, and that's your best bet. I've done that before, and it worked. The other time, though, this is bad to say, the person ordered a new backing, and it was one screw that was holding the whole thing together. I just ripped the whole thing apart. And I just had to replace the backing, and they were fine with it because they stripped it. And they were fine with that. Alright, so that's good. This will sit. This is the flash. That'll sit right there. And that is the screen being replaced. There's supposed to be a screw here. Again, these are the amount of screws they provided me with, like right here. So, yeah, missing screws. Definitely missing screws. Although I do have another bunch of screws attached to a magnet here. So that's great. This is the screw for it. At least I have that. Making life difficult. All right. Yeah, I mean, it could be. Like I said, I was just doing this, and I was like, I'll go on stream and talk to people. Maybe you guys want to see something like this. I don't know. And while I was getting set up, I did realize that Triforce had one of these that had an issue, and I was like, oh, man. That would actually be cool to do. Okay, so here's an issue I'm realizing right away. Yes. I'm noticing this instantly. They damaged their cable. Their 3D slider will no longer work because they broke the stupid... Ah, oh, man. People need to stop taking these things apart. Ah. They are killing me here, man. They are, like, killing me on this. Oh, gosh. Well, the system will at least still work. Their 3D settings won't work well, though. So that's the way it works, right? Sometimes. Stupid thing. Alright. So, they'll just have to realize what they did there. Although, I will say, if this entire cable ends up being bad because they obviously folded up and did some damage to it, they would have to replace that anyway. So... Right. Go. In. Alright, good. It's missing the little glue piece here. I'll probably just have to tape that bad boy down too. A lot of times it does get stuck on the lid anyway. Oh, that's fine. I hope I have enough stuff here to even test it. Let me see. I guess so. There we go. Alright, so we got our 3D cables in here. We're just about ready to close the top up, and we can actually test it then. Once I get that part together, at least. These cables are the worst, because you never know if they're actually in there. Like, they don't look like they're in there, but they are half the time. So we'll just go with that, and we'll test them. If not, I'll just reseat them again. Yeah, the analog stick latch is tiny. That's it right there. It's that guy right there. You can see how small it is. It's not a big latch. It is a pain. You gotta be super careful. You can break them. I've seen it a million times. But yeah, that's it there. I'll put the lens over it after we test it. It's not a big deal. It's just a sticker that peels off and then pushes on. So that's done. There. All right, good. So we're just going to try putting this guy together now. Yeah. Man. All right. Again, they leave this little plastic slit here for us, which is nice because we can actually push those right through, which is awesome. There we go. That's in. Very careful when you're closing this up because it's very easy to get it snagged on there and cut. But there we are. I don't even know if this thing's gonna work. Like I said, their cable looks so bad. Okay. Oh, there's a little plastic piece out of there. Great. Man, they laid into this thing. My gosh. Okay. So that's good. Now we just need to put this guy back in. Oh, right. That's right. I forgot. Oh, man. I forgot I opened it that way. Yeah, they tore this up in here, too. My gosh. You guys just want to see if this thing's going to even work, huh? I understand. That's what I would want to see, too. So, I forgot I kicked it out of there when it was open, so I have to kind of open it back up like this carefully and push it back through. Go. Ta-da. Boom. All right, now it's together at least. So that's good, I guess. It's still, everything's still pretty loose though because the screen is actually only held on really by an adhesive strip that they removed and the backing with the screws. So at least that's together though. And I can at least try to see if it works. Hopefully this battery has some juice. Run this over here. Boom. Yeah, there's always... So the thing about these systems is if you put it together and it doesn't work, you have to triple check your connections because it's so easy. I've realized this over all the ones I've worked on. I've probably worked on, my gosh, 100 3DS XLs at least, minimum. The one thing I've learned is... if it doesn't work the first time, check all of your connections, and I'll show you which one is the worst, the biggest culprit. Because most of the time you just have to reconnect them and it works. It's like the most common thing is that one of the connections is not all the way in there. Well, there's a couple things. I have a desk job, and then I also freelance to stores for fixing stuff for them. I've been doing that for a long time, like 10 years of my life now, so it's been a while. Is there a system I like to work on? Believe it or not, I actually like changing the HDMI ports on PS4s. It's a weird thing to say, because if you saw what I had to do for that, you would think I was crazy because how small the pins are. But it's it's pretty cool, accomplishing feeling when I do that, because the pins are so small and people just do not like doing it. I actually like doing it. So here's another part that is not fun. The way this works is you have a connector here, and then one there. So you have to kind of very carefully pop this on, flip it over, do all this stuff. Not fun. And it takes a while, so I'm sorry if this takes a minute. That's on. Okay, so I got very fortunate there because that one just fell right on. Meanwhile, the screen's trying to fall out this whole time. Ah, man. Digitizer cable there. Antenna here. Everything has to line up, please. Thank you. Switch down there. Boom. That's up. Boom. All right, it's down. Very good. Very good. I will secure this with one screw on the side here. Yeah, you guys are live with me. That's right. You guys are watching me fix my system live because, of quite confident with my skills here. If I overclock the 3DS, yeah. Usually you need your Wi-Fi card. The DS Lite always needed its Wi-Fi card to even try to power on, otherwise it wouldn't turn on. So because of that, I always like have this fear that it's not going to work if I don't put that in. Although it probably would. Okay, so now we have our camera cable and our 3D slider cable to pop in. Camera cable is also the biggest pain in the world. It never, for some reason, wants to go in the first time. It always fights you. Like, seriously, it fights and fights and fights. So let's pop this in. Yeah. Move the top screen, made it a switch. That's right. So the biggest problem we run into is that because they attempted to work on this themselves and crumpled the cables real bad, if any one of those cables from the top screen is damaged in some way, it's not going to come on. It will flash the bottom screen and then it will not come on. It'll actually make a popping noise. At that point, we have to figure out which cable is the problem, and it sucks because then I have to take all this back apart. Yes. I think everybody wants to see the inside of the Switch, but yeah, I'll take that sucker apart. I don't mind. I took apart that PS4 Pro blind. I did not look up any way to take it apart. That's why I kind of missed that I could take the bottom off, but I wanted to have some practice for taking the Switch apart, so I decided I'll do that. It went over pretty easily, though. I didn't have any screws left over, which is a great sign, and it came apart fine. Oh, I do not like this camera cable. These camera cables are the worst to put in. Seriously, it always fights you. It always does, no matter what. This is the one cable that always wants to fight me for some weird reason. I don't know why. Come on, camera cable. Get in there. Okay, I think we're good with the camera cable. Nah, there's not much you can do with the screens. They're proprietary, unfortunately. They work with what they have. That's just the way they've always made them. Okay, this guy flips around. For some reason, always plugs in upside down. Don't know why. Bottom screens need to be plugged in now with the backlight. Bottom screen in. Boom. Backlight. No, I'm not really scared if I'll break the Switch. I don't think I will. Alright. So we can see if this thing works initially. Oh, man. I have so much stuff just floating around here. So we can have an initial test. If it doesn't work, I'll just have to do some troubleshooting and see. Oh, shoot, I gotta put the power button. I could still hit the power button. I also don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this battery even has power. I don't think the battery has power. It doesn't. Making me plug in a charger. That's fine. Okay. Wife's a preschool teacher. All right. charging, so that's good. This is a pain to do like this. Oh, man. Okay, sorry about that. I need to charge this thing for it to even work. If this thing's completely dead, it usually takes like a couple minutes to even charge for me to use it. Come on. That was fun. Just waiting for it to charge. Battery's just pressed against the connectors on the back of the board. You can just hold it there and it'll charge it. But this battery is like super dead. So I have to wait for it to charge. Probably, it usually takes about 5 minutes, then you have it okay charged to turn it on with at least. So, yes. The hammer. Oh, man. Come on. Turn on. Yeah, it works. It's on. It's super dim, though. Where's the brightness thing? I can't see it from here. Give me a brightness. I didn't plug the analog stick in. That's why it's going crazy right now. I didn't even plug in the digitizer. I just realized that, too. Oh, man. No, my wife's pregnant. We're having our son in end of March. There you go, guys. It works. I have no idea how this thing even works with how they damage those cables up, but it does. So there you go. I'll probably never know, but whatever. So I'm going to do some other stuff here real quick. I don't think I have all the stuff for this thing now. I'm looking around and I'm missing stuff. I'm missing the back to it. I'm missing the top of the screen. I have to go back to the place and ask where everything is. Great. Your L&R button, that's easy. L&R buttons on your 3DS can be changed out without any issue. You can actually just order an entire backing like this for your 3DS, and then there's just Phillips head screws on the back, comes off. You just plug these guys in, close it up. That's actually really easy to do. All right. So just got to put some buttons back in, and I think that's about it. So if you're careful enough, you can leave these guys in there while you do this. Ah, shoot. Shouldn't have pulled that cable up. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right, there we go. All I'm doing is just putting the D-pad, buttons, all that good stuff in there. I'm also missing the loop holders. Man, they gave me like half the system here. I still got it to work. Oh, gosh. That's just the life of being a tech person sometimes, guys. They give you like... Sometimes they don't give you all the parts and you got to make it work. So I've been there, trust me. But yeah, the boy's name is Logan. And A. Cool. That should be all of them. Yes. All right then. I was going to make sure this little switch over here is on the right side. The WAN switch for the wireless. That's in there. That's in there. Plug that in. Boom. Done, done, done. All right, good. The top screen was damaged. Person tried to replace it on their own. Damaged it further. Here I am. If you are at all timid about repairing stuff, never open your 3DS past the back cover. Never open it past that, because you're asking for trouble getting any further than that. I'm just being honest with you guys. Silver screws. Those are used for the top screen, but I have 5. Why did they give me 5 of these? Oh my gosh. So I don't have all the screws for the inside. That must also be back at the repair shop. They just put it in like a box for me and gave it to me, or the customer still has them. But I at least have it to the point where I can put it mostly together. So that's good news. Fortunate thing here, though, is if I did end up working on Triforces, he would give me the system together, and I would not go crazy trying to figure out which screws are here and which are not, because they would all be there. Yeah, pretty much, Marvin. Find somebody who can at least do most of the work with you, or if you want to learn, buy a system you don't care about, because to be honest, guys, the 3DS is one of the most aggravating systems any repair tech has ever worked on. Most of them won't even do it. They won't even touch this thing. But because at the time I was the only one like in the area, people would drive like 30 miles for me to work on their 3DS XL. It was the weirdest thing. But because of that, I decided to just get really good at working on them and know everything about them, and here I am. You guys would probably find this fascinating. The really fun part to work on is this card slot right here. So if it gets damaged, I'll show you guys in a second. Let me plug this digitizer cable in. Sorry. These ones fight me a lot too, and you gotta be very careful with these tiny little guys. The card slot is a lot of fun to work on. No one will touch that. That's the best part. But of course I will, because why not? This cable's being a pain right now. There we go. This cable I'm plugging here actually controls the touch feature on the bottom screen. Okay, yeah. So sorry. This card slot cable here is probably what everyone hates working on as well. I have no problem working on them. There we go. This guy here, all of those pins have to be removed. There's supporting pins on the side, and then you have 2 supporting pins here. Usually you can use hot air, and you can just pick this whole thing up like I do, then you just solder everything back down. But I've worked on that a lot as well, so. Okay. So the guard for the analog stick in here. Yeah, well, for a while I would. The store I would work at, people would just roll around looking for me for 3DS repairs. It was pretty funny. I was like the 3DS guy in the area. And trust me when I say I worked on quite a lot of them because of it. Charge ports happened all the time. These little charge ports. Those were really easy too, though. I had no problem with charge ports. Those I would roll right through too. I didn't even have to take the board out to do it. I got to that point. So I just use a soldering iron, pop them out, boom, done. And the ports are like $3. They're not even expensive. It's just finding the person to do it correctly is the thing. Oh no, did they give me the right screws for... Okay, yeah, I think these are... Oh no, maybe they didn't. Shoot, I don't think they gave me the right screws for these either. Oh, man. Actually, that's one of the things I'm really excited about opening is the Joy-Con. I want to see what's going on in there. I really do. Alright, analog stick is in. That is everything minus the screws that they forgot to give me. This guy goes in too. Other than the screws they forgot to give me, that is everything. So yay. Yeah, I'll still be doing stuff when the baby comes, don't worry. I like Newswave a lot. I want that to get to a point where it's actually really cool and fun to watch and interesting. That is my goal. But it's a lot of work. It really is. But it's fun. I enjoy doing it. That's the big part, is if you enjoy doing it, it's cool. So you guys are the ones who keep watching it and actually making it possible, because if you guys didn't watch, it wouldn't be possible. So I appreciate you guys watching. All right. That is it for the system, then. I just got to put this on the back. Again, I wish that they had... I wish they'd give me the rest of the stuff. They didn't give me enough parts to finish this thing. I mean, technically it's finished within reason, but they certainly did not give me enough of the pieces to put it the rest of the way together. I'm missing screws on the motherboard. I'm missing the entire backing, and I'm missing the entire other side. I don't even know what color this 3DS XL is supposed to be now that I'm thinking about it. It could be either blue or red. I have no idea. This didn't give me enough screws to finish putting this guy together either. Awesome. Yeah, I bought a Mega Bloks 3DS. Well, they should have the other parts at the store. I would hope so anyway. Parts that I'm talking about missing. In the world? Oh, man. Germany. Oh, that's cool. Fix your PS3. What's wrong with your PS3? It's probably yellow light. Yellow lights are the worst on those things. Okay. I'm going to the public Switch event. Nintendo did not invite me. So I'm just going to the public one. I don't mind. I think it'll be more fun anyway. There. The screen's falling out again. Yay. Maybe I should actually tape that in for now. Just to make sure it doesn't go flying out or something, since I don't have backing. Yeah, I'll just tape this down real quick. Actually, might be better if I put it over there. Like this. There. Now it's probably not going to go anywhere. And peel that off after I get the actual backing from them. Sure. There we go. Whatever. It's free to get in. Doesn't cost anything. There we go. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure the touch function works. I forgot about that. What is the brightness setting here? There we go. Yay, it works. Ah, come on. This battery is like super dead. Come on. The battery's like extra dead. I need to leave this thing and let it just charge. It's actually like dying when it's on the charger. Yeah, they knew not to invite me. I'm getting there anyway, though. It's going to be funny because I'm going to be one of the guests with, like, 2 cameras and, like, microphones and lapel microphones and all this stuff happening. I wonder if they'll be confused by that. I thought about that the other day. It's like, I wonder if they'll be like, why is this person here with all these microphones and stuff? What's happening? Oh, gosh. This thing's just a sticker that they give you. I'll probably have to glue it on because the adhesive strip was on there. So, that's fine. So, like, this guy just kind of sticks in like that right there. That's how that would work. But I need to glue it. I've never tried the GameCube port mod. I've seen it. It doesn't look that hard. I think, yeah, I could probably do it. Yeah, you'll probably see me. I'll be waiting in line with everybody else. I'm only about an hour and 40 minutes away from DC, so I'll probably leave early in the morning and then try to get there by like 8 or 9 or so. It doesn't open till 10. Hopefully that doesn't mean I'm queued as number 1,000 in line or something like that. Oh, cool! You showing up with a GoPro? Ah, neat, man. Neat. I'm actually gonna have like a DSLR. I'm actually gonna have a mini crew there with me because my brother's going. I think his girlfriend's going, and they're actually going to be camera people for me, make it easy on me. So I'm looking forward to that. So you're lucky. You're 15 minutes away in DC. You're fortunate. I have to take a bit of a trip to get there. Anime mods, I banned him though. But there we go. That was fun. Yeah, it's like kind of my daily thing is to sometimes I have to repair quite a few of these things, so it wasn't a big deal. I didn't check to see if it would read, but I'm sure it does. The card slot looked fine. I don't know what these screws are for. I just have screws that I have no idea what they're for from there. Probably for something else. Who knows? Charge. Come on. Alright. I just need to leave it charging for a little bit. I should, right? I didn't make one. I should have. Yeah, it's probably going to have to be on the chart. Well, I mean, it turns on, but it's still red light and everything, so I have to take this back by the store and drop it off anyway. But, there you go. Yeah, you can install a capture card, but soon enough we'll have the Switch, so I'm sure Pokemon and stuff will be on there. So it's fine. This charger is not good anyway, this one I have. It's terrible. Terrible charger. That's fine. Alright. Yeah, a lot of people just send it away and get it done. Like, that's probably what I would do. I'll just send it away and they would do it. We don't need Wii remotes. We have Joy-Cons. They'd probably rather sell Joy-Cons than Wii remotes at this point. Considering a Wii remote is $40, I think, or yeah, I think it's still $30 or $40. I'd rather buy the Joy-Con for that because two of them are $80. So. Save Triforces. I was looking at Twitter, all the stuff about Triforces 3DS XL. Oh man. I might have some screws here I can put in. Now that I'm checking it out. These are probably not even the right screws that they gave me here. Skins from Dbrand for your Switch? I don't know. Doesn't Dbrand just send everything to YouTubers now? Aren't they like the big YouTube sponsors now? I haven't talked to any sponsors now. I have not done any of that, despite like so many networks sending me stuff trying to get me to sign up with them. I'm not really super interested in networks right now. I hear too many horror stories about them. They should do is Nintendo should just give Triforce another 3DS XL. They should go and hook them up. It's weird. See, I'm alright with the gray one. I like the gray one. This is interesting. Actually getting screen flash on the top. The only reason I'd be getting that is if this cable came loose on the bottom. I'm getting some screen flicker on the top screen. That would only be, like I said, because of the screen not being completely connected on the other side. Let's see if we can reseat that. It works intermittently. Does that mean it works when it's like at a certain angle and then it shuts off? Like if you open it too far or close it too much? That's usually a cable from the It's your 3D cable, the one that like you use to change the 3D settings on it. There's a cut, very small cut usually in there, and when you move it, it becomes frayed at that point, and that's why you get like weird stuff happening. All right, system, what are you doing to me here? It looks all right. Because that camera cable is the only one that was really worrying me, because they did a number to that guy. So yes, folks, don't work on your 3ds XL. Don't work on it at home, please. Oh, man. I keep hearing this a lot. Customer tried to work on it, damaged it beyond belief. It shows up to me in a box that was just a bunch of parts. So here I am, trying to make sense of this mess that they gave me. I think the Switch will be fun. People seem overly critical about certain parts of it that really don't matter, because I'm just going to have fun playing it, so... Yeah, I think they're just rolling into, what do you tell them when that happens? I tell them, why are you bringing it to me in a box now? Now, I try to be very good with customer service, so I ask them what happened, get an idea, and then I go, all right, we'll see what we get. I just tell them, don't expect too much out of it if you damaged cables. If you want to go and replace them, you can. I can show you what to order. You can order it. I'll put it together, but I also, if it gets to a point where I know it's going to be too expensive, I tell them, don't even bother, just buy another one. Like if somebody comes in and somehow they manage to smash the bottom screen and the top screen, I just tell them it's going to be a lot of money, so don't even bother. It's not too bad on the regular 3ds XL. It's doable. It's the new 3ds XL that is expensive. Top screens on those are a little more than you would think. How did I get? I got into repairing consoles because I had to. I worked at a store, and the old repair person quit like 3 months in, and I was just thrown into it. So I had to learn everything on my own, and it was not fun. But eventually, you get to a point where you do something enough, you get the hang of it. So I got the hang of it pretty quickly. I was very fortunate to have a slight technical background anyway with computers, and it kind of went from there at that point. Speed up Switch. Yeah, that's what I saw. They're just trying to push a lot more into that Switch production. So, not surprised. It's supposed to snow like 6 or 7 inches where I am. That'll be fun. Hopefully it's cleared up by the time I have to go to DC. Of course, it was like 65 degrees today, and somehow it's going to be snow, like 6 inches of snow by tomorrow. How the hell does that happen? I have no idea how that happens. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was actually shocked here it was going to snow. I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to stay away this year. No snow this year. Of course not, though, right? That can't be the case. Man, I turned the brightness up in the stupid battery. Still doesn't have enough power to completely power up the screens when I have it at full. I turned the brightness up to 5 and then it shut off because it has no power. Oh, this takes forever to charge. See, people say the Switch takes forever to charge. Man, 3DSs take a while to charge. And the batteries aren't even big. How big is this battery? It's a 1,750 milliamp hour battery. Whereas the Switch is what? 2.5 times bigger than that. I live in northern Maryland, right near where the... Yeah, I've been electrocuted a couple times. What system electrocuted? Oh, the most recent one, I guess, that electrocuted me would be the PS2, actually. Because the entire bottom of the PS2 Slim, like if you take the circuit board out, it's not... it's not good to touch that with your hand, because it shocked me pretty good. I've never gotten... Well, no, I guess I should say that. The PS2, when I touched it, like this... My hand was stuck to it, and I had to, like, rip it away because that's how I was getting shocked. It was really funny. At the time it was, I guess, when it was actually happening, it wasn't, but now it was. First thing the store made me fix was an Xbox 360 disc drive. I remember that. I had to fix the laser in it. That was the first thing I did. Which is nice because I didn't have to heat up any components for that. Yeah, it would have been better if I had got it on camera. Like, if I ever work on something, maybe I'll get shocked on camera. That seems like that would be, like, good, good video. Scale. Oh, that's the thing about being electrocuted. It doesn't really hurt. It just, like, it's weird. It, being shocked and electrocuted doesn't really hurt. It's, like, more tingly and surprising. And it's a very weird feeling. It's hard to describe. But it's not actual pain. Like, if you go to one of those stores that sell the things where you hold on and it like picks somebody and shocks them, that'll give you an idea of how it feels. Although I think the PS2, I think that pulls like 7.2 volts, something like that. Depends what's wrong with the 3DS. I think the store I was working at when I was doing charge ports, they were like $50 for the charge port being replaced. Top screens were like 65, I think. And that includes the part and everything. Yeah, it works. I turned the brightness up to maximum, and then it shut off because it has no power for it. Does not have enough power, so I have to sit here and let it charge. This battery was extra dead. I wish I had a charged battery. The only one I have is for the new 3DS XL, and it's the same type of battery, I think, right? It looks the same. It's slightly different. 6.5, 6.5, 3.7. I mean, it's almost exactly the same. I wonder if it would power it. I don't know if that would power it. Let's find out. Nah. It does not. Come on. Be charged enough. Charge, come on. eBay. Just buy your parts on eBay for the most part. Amazon, I think, too, but I think Amazon's more expensive. I think eBay is a little easier to use. This battery. They gave me one that was all together at least. Same thing. These people do not take care of the 3DSs, man. Yep. They're going to need to replace this cable too, which is fine because their 3D slider's broken off of it. Yeah, so they need to replace that too, so I'll have to let them know. But because if you move the screen, the top part shuts off, and that's usually because their 3D slider cable that looks bad is bad. So they will just need to be aware of that. I don't know how deep they want to get into that, but they can. It's not hard to do, it's just time consuming. Speaking of which, I have to go by there now. That'll be fun. Alright. Yeah, wait till people start sending me switches. Oh, man. That'll be fun. That'll be a good time. I'm sure I'll see a lot of those. So. Alright, what does my shirt say? My shirt says, anyone who thinks the customer is always right has never worked in tech support. Because the customer is very rarely right in tech support. Yeah, I would wear it to the store a lot, and customers would kind of look at me funny. Some of them would get the joke, and they think it'd be funny. Others would be like, "You should be wearing that here. That's not right." I'm like, "It's a joke. It's just funny." Not some plug-and-play systems. I don't really have any. I think I have one that I bought at a Goodwill for like $2, which is funny. So... it looks like an N64 controller, has a bunch of NES games on it. The 3DS works when it's held at an angle because that cable that runs through the 3D slot is crumpled. I could tell when I was working on it that it was crumpled, and they'll have to replace that cable. But it's like $10. It's not like a big deal to replace that cable. But if any of you guys have a 3DS that, like, if you open part way and it shuts off, or if it shuts off at certain points, that's when it'll that's what'll happen. I don't know what. I don't know what super chat is. Otherwise, I would enable it. I've taken apart a couple Wii U pads before. Probably not. Well, probably not much. The problem is there is a heatsink in there with a fan that stuff can get like caught behind. Like a couple PSP goes, not a lot. It's not super common. Ah, that makes sense. I don't have, wait, is that on YouTube Gaming? I'm just on regular YouTube thing right now. I'm not on, like, the, whatchamacallit? Over on the YouTube Gaming one. I've taken apart Vitas before, too. They're not too bad. They're very modular. Like, the boards are, there's a bunch of different boards in there that just come apart. It's 14. Yeah, I need to go by the, I actually need to go by the store and drop this off there. I just wanted to do this. That would be kind of fun to do on stream. Give me something to do while I was doing it. So, I'll see you guys later. I'll probably do a video or something tonight, and then I'll probably obviously news waves tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys later, probably tonight, like I said. So yeah, I'll post like I said, something up on YouTube tonight, and then I'll see you tomorrow morning after that. See you guys.